Good to see you guys again. On today's video, I want to go over 3 major frauds that is going to cost you a lot of money if you get tricked into. And it's a subject that pisses me off a lot because a lot of people get trapped or they get caught on these frauds and they can't escape it and they lose a lot of cash. And at the end of the day, sometimes all these people who are behind all these frauds don't get the punishments that they deserve. Welcome to SimpleChew. I'm your host Hank, and if you're into investment, how to grow your money, how to grow your business, or how to grow yourself, I suggest you to subscribe as I deliver videos every week. Fraud number 1 that pisses me off a lot is the Ponzi scheme. And a lot of these people who are behind this Ponzi scheme are getting clever. They use your family members, or they use close friends to trap you into investing some money up front and then promise you a big return. And that's the major key. If the returns are too good to be truth, if anybody is offering you 15 to 20 to 30% return on your money, that's, you know, automatically it has to hit a light bulb and tell yourself that that's a fraud right there. Because if you look at the average index fund, you might get the best years is 11%, and these people are promising you 15. It's really a red flag. One thing that really pisses me off about Ponzi scheme is that they target people who are not too savvy with their money, or they're not savvy with investments, and they promise all these big returns, and they don't know where or how to compare it to. So they don't understand how the stock market works, or how a bond will work, or a bank CD will work. So they don't know where to compare all these returns. They're promising, they're just talking cash. So that's usually the targets. But anyone can fall for these Ponzi schemes because they sound really good returns, and you just need to put a little bit of money up front, and then you get caught on this fraud because now you have to find other friends to invest in the same circle, and then people are gonna be mad at you at the end of the day because you might get paid, and then people are behind you and not gonna get paid eventually. So it's something you have to be careful with. I mean, if you're at the beginning, if you're at the top of the chain, it's good for you, but people at the bottom are gonna be suffering, and if you invite them, you're gonna get blamed for, and a lot of bad stuff can happen to you. So I really don't recommend anyone going to Ponzi. Fraud number 2 that you need to be careful with is if you're an inventor, or you invented something new and you're trying to put a patent on that invention. There's gonna be a ton of companies, especially online companies, that they're gonna reach out to you, promise you a lot of stuff that is gonna help you reach your patent certification sooner, and then they will charge you crazy fees at the beginning to do this job for you, and at the end of the day they won't do the job. They won't submit all the paperwork that has to be done to process the patent, and you pay all these fees up front, and now you're stuck in the middle because you pay the money up front and now you don't have the money to do it the right way. So I heard of a podcast called Planet Money that talks about this patents frauds that's going on around the United States. And it's something that is scary because a lot of these inventors believe that they invented something new, and once these companies reach out to them, promise them to work with them and make the product patent and copyrighted, and they never did anything, and they never told them that the invention was already done or was already patent, and they still took the fees from all these people. And fraud number 3 is more towards your health and not towards an investment, monetary investment you try and do in the future. But there's been a lot of online companies, mostly on Instagram and any social media, that promise you these cleansers, these drinking cleansers that promise you to have a healthy life, detox, and all this crap they talk about. And once you start researching all these companies and you start researching what they're putting into all these detox drinks, you find out that they literally don't do anything, and some of them are actually harmful to yourself. And They charge some crazy fees for all these drinks. I heard of $200 to $500 a month they charge to give you a drink that you need to drink 3 times a day, and then at the end of the day they actually end up hurting you and does nothing to you beneficially for your body. So you might be thinking you're doing a sacrifice to spend this money, and also to the sacrifice of not eating a well-balanced meals and diet to be able to have a more clean life or clean body. And at the end of the day, it's a bunch of lies. A lot of doctors have been talking about this online, and I talked to my doctors, my primary doctor, and he said that the whole thing is just bullshit and it really doesn't help you and it's actually harmful. So it's something to be careful with, especially as the new year is coming. A lot of people might try to lose weight, try to change their life, but at the end of the day, it's all about commitment and doing it the right way and talking to people, specialists and trainers who are actually in the field all the time, and just be careful. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully after watching this video you understand the 3 different frauds that is going on around the country. And they're not new, they've been around for a couple of years, decades, and a lot of people had gone to jail because of these frauds, but they keep emerging and people they're really clever and they change it up, and at the end of the day you get hurt, your wallets get hurt, your body gets hurt, and it's something to be aware. Also follow me guys on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Real SimpleChew, and like the video and share the video with one friend, and always remember, keep it simple.